Shadow Gambit The Cursed Crew is a continuation of that tradition. The studio developer Mimi continued the path in the genre of tactical stealth. In the new project, the player finds himself in a large pair sandbox, flavored with myth, legends and supernatural abilities, and it's even a pity that it became the final one of the studio. In hindsight, it seems like Mimi Studios want to make games about everything we thought was cool when we were kids. Desperados 3 takes the player to the vastness of the Wild West, where you have to manage a team of cowboys. In Shadow Tactics, Blades and Shogun, gamers are guided by ninjas and samurai. In Shadow Gambit The Cursed Crew, the main character are a team of dead players who have supernatural abilities. It's even a pity that Cursed Crew became that last mini-me project. The developers create a great game that deserves the attention of even those who are not close to the genre. Shadow Gambit combines the craziness of the One Piece anime and the atmosphere of Pirates of the Caribbean. The developers decide not to hold back when coming up with the team's abilities, and such a decision is easy to understand, because the very existence of our hero violates laws of the physics and logics. The main character of the game is Red Marley. This is a spirit of pirate ship, which is able to manipulate time and space. The plot is built around her, and she undergoes the greatest person changes. Her skills are incorporated into the gameplay in the original way. She is responsible for saves and loadouts. This is how Mimi broke our fourth wall. Some of the Marley partners are useful from the beginning, while the others relevant after pumping. Afia Minicato is the newest member of the Ghost team. She has the ability to teleport and freeze enemies in time. Afia's role is limited to introducing the player to the environment and advancing the game's story. Toya of Iga is one of the armed assassins from the east and a cock, useful for ability to draw nearby enemies to him, a traditional character for the genre. Gala Libri is a male-looking canoe, skilled at shooting friends and enemies with a cannon, as well as attracting enemies. She is the most fun to control, possessed a positive personality and a penchant for poetry. Solana is a modern black female vegetable healer. Becomes useful after improving when she learns to attract enemies, distinguished by her demeanor, but not annoying. John Hodges' delivery Mercury keeps the ship in shape, moves around in the abyss and distracts enemies with a fish. Sir Reginald, very useful on missions. Among his comrades, John is the most human. Blind Terrea is a ship crafting instructor, kills and blinds enemies at a great distance. Character is steadfast and married. Pincus von Presfeld, a court master who writes memories all the time. He is able to possess his enemies and use their abilities. Once improved, he can possess even as strongest inquisitors. His narcissism is enduring. Quentin Albanes is treasure hunter. His ability to hide bodies and active traps from a distance will be indispensable towards the end of the game. Greedy beyond belief. Character get improved points for completing mission. If you complete several missions, you get the opportunity to strengthen your existing abilities or learn a new one. The longer the character will sit out, the more bonus will give a new points. This encourages the player to try all members of the team, rather than fixate on favorites. Opposing our brave team is the Inquisition, Rams, the Minister of Fate Ignea, who likes to break a fourth wall. These fantastic look like they came out of Monty Python commercial. There's a female meet among of Virgo slaves who react to noise, footprints in the sand, and the disappearance of interlopers. Snipers and procurers are caught. They must be eliminated by seamlessly. Reinforcement are caught by the instructor with a bell. You do not warn addition problem. Do not let him raise the alarm. Protagonists retrain pirates at the distance, but do not raise the alarm. All inquisitors can knock out and bound, but some will have to be killed in the story. As a reward for mercy, it will be enjoyed to erotic moments of the gods. At the beginning there will be only 2 pirates under the player's control. To recruit the other, you will have to perform tasks, collect resources for a correction, watch the history of the development of relationship with the team, advance the plot. Tasks can be completed in other in any order, and with a preferred set of pivots. In between sorties will be given a walk around the Red Morley, which always have something fun happen on the road. When it starts to seem the game is consists of only fillers, the player will be absolutely thrown into a final mission. But do not worry, after it will allow to return to the visitor island and finish the story to the beloved ghost. After selecting a mission, the heroes are dropped on one of the island. On the location the soldiers of the Inquisition are located, so they can be taken out by the components of by team. Atlas' overall difficulty of the game is reduced because of this. If his past Shadow can beat on the legendary difficult level without any problems, I had no suffer in Shadow Tactics. Even the locals don't give up the pirates. The logic of the narrative also suffers. You can get rid of the instructions, return in the next mission, and catch everyone in their places. Only the time of day will change, and will be in the approach to the passage. In Shadow Tactics, months passed between visits to location, which made the return of enemies logical. It even snowed during this time. We also add the noise made by the team to the collection of the simplification of the gameplay. Now they quietly run near the enemies without fear of being hurt, except that running along the shoal and the use of some skills attract attention. The game has beautiful cartoon graphics. Each location is unique and full of details. A ghost ship, a cursed island, a fortress of Inquisition, and more are amazingly elaborated. Among the abundance of colors and ethereal items, you may not even notice the soldier, but he can see the heroes perfectly. The atmosphere is complemented by excellent play of voice actors and great music. Sometimes you will pledge with songs like Folk of the Sea performed by John and his former team. Optimization has been worked on. For 2 hours of pacing, the game never once crashed or slowed down, but it was not without problems. The abilities stop working as they should, and Toya begins to hit the air when teleporting, or the team refuses to go to the right point if you turn the camera the wrong way. It often happens instead of a bush. The pirate vaulted to the nearest cliff to dump his body there, in front of his deceased comrades. So, to sum up, once again, Mimi Studios brings the tactical stealth genre back to life. Shadow Gambit turned out to be a great game, thanks to the developer's ability to experiment. If you compare the game with Shadow Tactics, the linear narrative makes the story of ninja and samurai more interesting, and you emphasizing this hero more strongly. Corset Command is more fun to play though. Thank you for watching.